Hi there, friends. Katie Rex here, your simple stylist. Thank you so much for tuning in with me this Sunday evening. I don't think I can't share this out yet. Anyways, as you can probably tell, half my face is one way, half my face is not the same. So I'm going to share with you today. I'm just pinning my color match form because this is huge. And I think if you've ever been thinking about trying new makeup, especially with the holidays coming up, maybe you haven't even purchased makeup in forever because you don't go out in public, or you need to wear a mask, or God knows what your situation is like. And the holidays are coming up and you want to do something for you. You want to get a new makeup system, try something new, very natural and simple looking. This is what Saint Makeup can give you. This is what we'll be working with today. So this is a raw natural Katie, and this half is already finished. And I'm telling you, it is the simplest system you will ever find. So grabbing a little bit of coffee, sip, and we're going to get started. So today I'm going to show you how I created this look on this half on this side of my face. Saint Makeup, if you're new to Saint Makeup, it is a cream-based foundational system. So all of our makeup comes in these compacts. There's a mirror on the top. This is just one size of compacts. We have lots that get smaller and way bigger. So you really get to customize your makeup system to you. All of your makeup, including foundations, lip and cheek bronzer, contour, all of your eyeshadows, eyebrow wax, setting powder, everything comes in one compact. All your makeup right here. The only thing that you would need to add on potentially, if you are interested, is a sponge. This is game changer. It's going to give you a flawless finish. Mascara. We do not sell mascara. I will tell you, Thrive Liquid Lash Mascara has been my go-to. However, I took a poll. This was probably a good month ago. And I'm waiting for some of those mascaras to come in because you guys told me what your favorites were and I want to test them out and give you my reviews on them. So more to come there, but right now I'm still sticking with the Thrive Liquid Lash Extension. And you could add on a couple brushes for application, as well as eyeshadow or lip brushes. Now today, in this side of my face, I will tell you all that I used so far to create that look is this top palette and these two brushes created this side of my face, and then I did shape my brow and add mascara. I have no eyeshadow on this eye. It is a naked eye right now, but that will change. So I'm just going to get started and explain to you what I do. I am a Saint artist. If joining the artist program is something that you're interested in, also feel free to reach out. I would love to share more about the business with you. It is an amazing opportunity, especially right before the holidays coming up, to get yourself some extra spending money, and obviously hook your friends and family up with some amazing makeup, right? Okay. So to start out, right here, you can see I have redness in my face. So all of this is a little discoloration, some redness, an old pimple that is like still lingering and doesn't want to go away. This side of my nose, again, this side is already completed, flawless. It got rid of all those imperfections. So you're going to see me work my magic right now. So I'm going to use the blush and bronzer brush. All of Saint's brushes are double-ended. This is huge. You get double the bang for your buck. Hey, Kelly, thanks so much for tuning in, girl. Okay, so I'm going to use this butt end. I am going to just make sure I have no product on. Nothing's coming off. You use such a little product. It's amazing. Hi, Marta. Oh, I'm so excited to see you ladies on. Okay, so I'm just going to tap a couple times into my darkest shade. So these three are all highlight colors. I will 99% of the time always recommend 3 highlight colors. One is going to be to correct any imperfections, discoloration on your face. Another one is going to be your main shade, so what your normal foundational shade would be, and then a brightener shade to add some dimension in. Very few women have I ever seen in my hundreds of color matches and in-persons that I've done that actually have the exact same color throughout their face. If you do not color correct, if we miss this step, I'm going to go in and start color correcting. If we miss this step, what you could be doing is your makeup is going to wear off sooner throughout the day because that redness is going to start to peek through. You can already see how that color corrected there. It's going to start to peek through and you're just not going to get the coverage that you want for those imperfections. So if you ever get a color match by me, you can do that by clicking the link that I have in the comments or up in the subject section. I will send you all of the colors back that I recommend for you. Do you see how that just makes things disappear? It's amazing. And I'll send you all the colors that I recommend for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will say probably the #1 reply back to my color matches is, are you sure these aren't going to be too dark for my face? And I promise you they will not. You can see what that shade looks like in the tin. Don't look at the colors on the website. They are not what they are in person. That is just a picture. It's not the accurate representation. I know them. I have all of the shades myself in person. And I played around with them on multiple in person and done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of color matches virtually online. So you do not need to be near me to get this makeup. So you can see that just color corrected and brought that down to a normal tone for my skin, right? So now we're going to go in. I'm going to use that exact same brush. And I'm going to go into this middle section here. This is my main shade. I'm starting to get low here. What I will need to do, because these are all magnetic tins, you can start to see the bottom of that tin. The coolest thing about this makeup is you can pop these tins right out, just like so. I'm going to show you right here. See how they're magnetic? So I popped it right out. I'm going to set this on my burner on like really low heat. It's going to liquefy and melt down, and I'm going to just separate it back out. It will go down and fill in the entire tin again. Take it off the heat, let it completely cool down. It will re-solidify as a cream back in the exact same tin. You don't ever take anything out, and it looks exactly brand new, and you really use every last drop of your makeup. It is amazing. Now you can see based on the different colors in my palette what colors you would use more of. You can see very, very little color corrector is needed. I'll probably use majority of my main shade and then just a little bit of the brightening shade to help add dimension. So you really get longevity out of this makeup. One of these tins here in the US is $14. Always free shipping in the US on any size order. Canada, they're a little bit more on the price. It's a little bit more just with the US Canadian exchange difference, which I can look those up if you are Canadian. I do have some lovely Canadian customers and I love you. And there is a slight minimum on free shipping in Canada, but here in the US, it's always free shipping, which is amazing. These are produced in US as well. So it's a US production company, which is amazing, especially with all the supply constraints that globally we have right now. Week after week, corporate sends out an update to all of us artists, and for the last, I don't even know how many consecutive weeks, it has been everything's in stock. Nothing is out of stock, and I love it. It is such an amazing thing to hear, especially when you're selling products like these, right? Okay, so I'm going into this middle shade. That's my main shade foundation, and I'm just going to start buffing it all over. I am going to go over the color corrector that I already put on my face. So I'm just picking a little bit up. You can barely even see product on this brush, right? But there is product on it. And I'm just going right over that color corrector. Anytime you're working under your eyes, you should be stippling, never swooping, especially if you do have fine lines or wrinkles in that area, just because you want the product to sit and continue to stay and sit on top of the skin. You do not want it to soak into any fine lines or wrinkles. So we can see this side now starting to come to life, right? I'm starting to even out in tone, and I'm just gonna go over my lid just a little bit and get this side done. Again, if you are just tuning in, this side is already completed and finished. I did it before I even hopped on live. I'm just doing the other side to match now, so you can really see the magic happen right before your eyes. Okay, now that I have those 2 layers on my face and I'm one-dimensional back on this side of my face, I'm gonna go in with my Perfector sponge. This is damp. It's gonna swell up when it's damp, and you're gonna wanna squeeze as much of that water out with your bare hands. Then you're gonna wanna get a towel, either a muslin towel or a cotton towel, wrap it up, a dry one, and squeeze literally every last drop of moisture out of this. So this is not actually wet or damp. It is swollen up and it is cold. That is how you should have it feeling. You should not actually feel any moisture on your fingers when you're touching a damp Perfector sponge. I think there are a lot of people that have like a love-hate relationship with a Perfector sponge, and a lot of times that's because it's taking your makeup off. And the reason it is because it's not the right consistency. You have too much water still in your sponge and you need to squeeze more of it out. So now that I have those 2 layers on, I'm just going across all of my face and dabbing off any excess makeup. So this is not going to take my makeup off. This is just going to help to blend everything in, give a very flawless finish, and take off any excess so I don't get cakey in any way, shape, or form on that side of my face. I'm gonna try to get my bangs up a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go in and add some dimension. We add dimension by adding a brightener and a contour. I'm gonna switch brushes for the brightening and contouring to our detail brush. You can see this one looks a little bit different. It's got a smaller end for brightening and a beveled small blunt end for contouring. So first I'm gonna contour. I'm gonna hop over here into my contour. You can see I go on an angle. Get my fingers out of the way. So I go in on an angle like this and tap into it so the contour is only on the bottom half of that brush. And I'm just gonna start by right where my ear meets my face, my head. That's where you're gonna start contouring, and you're just gonna press. I'm holding the brush way at this end. You're just gonna press it up into your cheekbone, and you're gonna follow that line under your cheekbone all the way down until you reach, and you're just pushing it up until you reach the corner of your eye. This is where you start to get into that apple of your cheekbone. There's a hollow spot. If you touch it, you can feel it. It sinks in. You can see my fingers going in. That means my cheekbone is ended. I don't want to contour any past that. Now that we have that contour line there, I still have just a little bit, very, very little product left. What you're going to do is just start flicking it up. Just pounce, press, and flick that product up. And what this is going to do is blend your contour up, never blending it down. And you can see it just finishes so beautifully and blends up. Now, what you want to keep is a little definition underneath, because what that does is just keeps that sunken in part to really give your cheeks like that lifted, like a lift job or something. If you do get in here just a little too much, just flip that brush around and just blend it out. You're never going to know. We're going to get some blush in here and bronzer in here and brightener in here. It's okay. So next with the contouring, so now that that is pounce pressed up and blended out, I'm still going to use the same brush. I'm going to go in the corner again, still with that contour, and I'm going to go around my hairline. So this is going to add that depth and dimension and shadow up here around my hairline, drawing the attention in to my eye. So I'm just shimmy shaking, whatever you want to call that, right into my hairline. And I go all the way down to meet the top of my cheekbone. And I just pounce press that in and bring it back into the hairline, blending it. I know how scary contouring can be, especially if you're not used to it, and especially if you see something this dark in your cart or in your palette. That looks scary. That looks like you're gonna look like war paint is on your face. Look at how easy, soft, and blendable it is. Now, don't fret if you're nervous about any of the colors. Again, that's my job. I love my job. I will color match you. I will get you hooked up with the right colors for your face. Have faith in me. Have trust. I promise. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a very long time and I'm very successful at it. Okay, so I'm going to take that same color, contour, and the last place I'm going to contour, it's almost like we're doing a little bit of a 3. So we're going around the hairline, under that cheekbone, and I am going to go under my jaw here. So I'm just placing that color right along my jaw, all the way to the back of my ear here. And then I'm just blending it down. So we're just softening that line and blending it down. What this is going to do is help to create a nice chiseled jaw line. Now it's very blendable. It's cream foundation. It's all going to blend out. You will not see darkness, just like, I don't know, like we all go back to, 1990 when it was cool, I think, to have a two-tone between your face and your neck. I promise we're not doing that. The other cool thing that I like to do actually with my contour is take like the end of it, get into the contour, and I have a very square jaw naturally. I like to just take a little bit of that contour and actually go in here right on the side of my chin and shadow this out. So that's what contour is creating shadows. And by getting a little here in this nook, again, it's all blending, I'm gonna start to chisel out a more predominant chin for myself. Isn't that cool? So all we're doing with the contour is just creating some shadows to give myself a little more predominant chin. And look at that. You can really create different face shapes with contour. I love it. That's what we're doing. We're slimming the face out, making it elongated. It's so cool. Okay, so I bring that down. The next thing I do like to do, these two I feel like are optional. This is totally up to you and your makeup and what you feel makes you look beautiful. No, this is just suggestions here. I contour my nose. So to do that, I'm going to place a line right on the top of my nose, up and down, and just go straight up and down on both sides. So I did already contour this side. I'm just going to darken that in because it's been a hot minute. And get them as close together as possible and draw them up to my brows, okay? Again, this is just going to create that illusion of a little bit slender of a nose. Totally optional, totally up to you. Next, I'm going to go under my lip like this and just do a little contour there under the lip to help, I don't know, creates like a little pouty lip. So you can see it's starting to come together. This side is finished. This side we're working on and coming together. Again, I'm working only so far off this top palette. This entire side of my face is only off this top palette. And the makeup just lasts so long, I'm telling you guys. I'm going to go back in now and brighten. Again, we're adding dimension to the face. So I'm going to switch gears and use the small end of the brush, and I'm going to go into the lightest color in my palette and hit just the corner of my eye here, and we're just going to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to go kind of down the side of my nose. I'm going to get here in the crease of my nose and brighten up in here and go all the way down. And I'm just like pounce pressing. It's just a very little touch. And all we're doing is just adding some brightness here under the eye. Again, anytime you're working under the eye, you should pounce, press. You should never swipe. Even whether you have fine lines and wrinkles or not, that is just the best method of application for under your eyes. So you can see it already brightened just a little bit up in that corner. I'm going to squeeze it so it's like a faint line, a fine line. And I am going to go right down just the center of my nose to brighten that up. Like so. And draw it up and just go a little bit between the brows and fan it out. And then just blend that contour that I did on my nose out. Look at how cool that is. Okay, the next place I am going to brighten is a little above my lip, a little on my chin, because again, I want this all to flow. We're brightening in key areas, and I do want it to flow down to my neck. And I'm just dabbing right here along my jawline because my neck and my chest tend to be, if you guys are just tuning in, you miss the front part. My face gets very red. it is toned down so much since I switched my skincare routine to a new skincare routine, which I am obsessed with and loving. So hit me up if you have skincare questions, because I'm telling you, it's a total game changer. I need to find an old picture of myself and do a side-by-side of the redness and how much it has drastically dropped. It's incredible. But because I am so fair down below, I do want to make sure this blends together. So we're just softening the jawline a little bit, remembering to stay below that contour. I'm just hitting up my chin and hitting up above my lip, okay? And I'm just really using the Buffy, not the Buffy, because that's a whole nother brush with Saint, so I don't want to confuse you, but buffing with the blush and bronzer brush, okay? And just kind of making sure we're tapping and pressing there. So now that's all brightened. I'm actually going to stick with this brush because we're ready to move on to the last two in the palette, which is a bronzer and a lip and cheek color. So I'm going to start with bronzing. I'm going to use the big fluffy end. I'm going to pinch it together so it looks like the same shape as my tin, and I'm just rotating it back and forth like so, picking up some of that bronzeness. Now I know how dark this looks. You've seen how dark all of these look, but the way that you apply the makeup, it is such a soft application. Again, I'm using a brush that is going to give you a medium coverage. You can see the coverage I'm getting. So you can even go higher, you can even go lighter on coverage depending on how you like your makeup. So with this though, with the puffy end here, the less dense a brush is, like this is very not dense here up at the top, the lightest of application that you're gonna get. So don't worry about that tone and color. This is Bella Bronzer. She's amazing. She's gonna give me that glow because I love a glow. And I'm gonna start on the top of my forehead right there. I'm going to go on the top of my cheekbone right here and just brush her on and blend her out. Just very soft. I'm barely pressing, light strokes like so. Add a little more on that side. I love Bella Bronzer. I'm going to do a little tip on the tip of my nose, little on the chin, and then whatever's left over is where I like to take it down my neckline and even into my chest a little bit and just bronze that up for a nice, beautiful glow. Because I want to look bronzer than I naturally am, right? I want that tan year round, even though I don't tan at all. And then I'm going to switch gears. So I'm done with that side. I'm going to go back to the more smaller end of the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going into my blush now. This color is just beautiful. I did swatch her already on the back of my hand. I know how like dark and pinky she looks. She's not. She's more sheer. You can see her on this side of my face. It's so gorgeous. So I pinched her. I've got a little bit on the end of my brush. Blush placement, I always place it back behind the cheekbone, right directly on the cheekbone, behind the apple of my cheek. And I'm just going tapping up. So we're basically making a little sandwich. And it's going to be contour, blush, and bronzer. And then if you did want to add a highlight, it would go on the very top. So I'm just pouncing and pressing that in again up, and then I work my way into the apple of my cheek. But this helps to create that beautiful, flawless illusion of just an uplifted face, such a natural makeup. You can really get that beautiful three-dimensional foundational system without, a ton of makeup, without a ton of layers, very natural. Cream foundation is going to give you this beautiful dewy finish. It's not going to be oily, but it will give you just like a very hydrated face. It's just revolutionary makeup, I'm telling you. So that's really it. I'm going to finish off by placing that lip color. It's a lip and cheek, so it's going to be a lip gloss as well. I am using a multitasker brush. 99% of the time I use my finger to apply this, but because I did a half face before, I did use a brush to apply just for precision application, so I didn't get on the other side. This brush is just amazing to have in your toolkit anyways, and so I'm just going to use this to apply as well. And I'm going just outside, just barely outside my natural lip line. And I will say where the lip color lasts on your cheeks, fantastic. It is not a stain wear for your lips. It is meant to be a lip gloss. So the cool thing about this makeup, because everything comes in this compact, you can take it on the go with you, or you can just take one tin. If you really like a lip gloss and you like to apply lip gloss throughout the day, you can just keep the lid on it. And like I said, these are magnetic, so they just magnetize themselves right to the bottom here. This is how they come, and they have a little lid on them. To put it in here, I just take the lids off and put them in the order that I want them. But you can easily have this with its lid still on it, just tucked away in your purse, and use it just like regular lip gloss, like you would any other lip gloss. Or because this is in such an easy, handy compact, if you do have like a medium to larger size purse, you can put this and your brushes right in your purse and you're good to go. Like, you always have your makeup on the go with you, which is amazing. So that's it. I mean, that's how flawless a foundation you can get with just these simple colors, a few foundational colors, brightening and contouring, bronzer, and lip and cheek. I love this look so much. The only things that I did, so this is my actual palette, what I use for everyday looks. The second layer, I do have a setting powder in case I do want to set under the eyes or mattify it. So if you prefer a matte foundational system, you can still use the cream foundations and set with a setting powder, which we have a tin that goes right in your compact, which is amazing. I always recommend separating your creams from your powders. What is the color I just used on my lip and cheek? This is one of the new ones that were just released in September. And I want to say La Cienega. Yes, La Cienega is the color that I just used. I just wanted to make sure because they are so new to me. So beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so my powder palette is all on the bottom. That's where I have my setting powder, my eyebrow color for shaping my brows, which I did this one. I need to do this one still. And just a few other eyeshadows, which all of these are eyeshadows here. Brow wax for shaping my brows. And this is just a tile cleaner for like my eyeshadow brushes. If I were to do an eyeshadow look and I'm going between dark and light colors, etc., you can just scrub it on the tile and it will remove any excess color. So you can quickly just go to the next one and it's not transitioning colors. So I do like to add that to the bottom here. So the last couple things that I'm going to do then is just shape this eyebrow and add some mascara, and then we're done and we're matching. And it's just a beautiful look. It's so flawless and so natural. Again, if you guys want to get yourselves new makeup for the holidays, fill out that color match form. I would love to hook you up with a palette. We do have some amazing deals going on in sales and new releases. New lip and cheek colors coming out here at the end of the month, which I am so excited to share as soon as I have the colors. They haven't released them to us yet. But it's just it's gonna be amazing. And then we've got the holidays coming up. So if you guys are in the market, that's the other cool thing is, like, if you are shopping for other ladies, maybe sister, best friend, mom, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what foundational makeup system your loved ones may have, but any of the lip and cheek colors is a great addition that you can get them and they can use it with their current makeup system, right? I also do offer gift cards. So if you're interested in getting a gift card so a loved one can fill out a palette for themselves for the holidays, totally let me know. I would love to get that over for you so you can gift them. Last thing I'm going to do is that mascara. So the eyebrow's done. Again, I'm using Liquid Lash Extension by Thrive. So I'm just going to swirl it in. I can't wait to get the other ones in that all of you recommended. I should have a couple this week and I just can't wait to try them out because I do have a little bit of a bias for this one. I just feel like it coats my lashes so well and gives me such that length and volume that I'm looking for. But if y'all know a better ones out on the market, I'm going to try them and I want to review them. So definitely going to check that out. Boom. Look at how gorgeous those eyelashes are. Okay, and then I'm just gonna fill in a little bit here on the bottom. I try not to go too heavy. I'm doing just natural eyes. And then on the top lid, anytime I touch anything, I've been using lash serums for quite a while now, and I always get them on my skin because my lashes are just so long that they touch my skin. So I just go in with that hotline brush. This is the same brush that I use to shape my brows, and I just gently use the spoolie end and scrape it off, and it just comes right off without harming my current makeup that's already on my face. Or if I were to have done a full eyeshadow look, that's not going to come off. So that's what's really cool about using the spoolie end. Cool tip and trick for you. And that is it, ladies. I'm just going to go in with the end here that had that brightener on it and just prime them, because hopefully you didn't lose sound because my husband was just calling in. Sundays are my content creating day. So I'm going to get to work and create some amazing content for you guys. I'm going to do an eyeshadow look during that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you guys want to get your own custom color match, hit me up, fill out that link, and we'll talk soon. Okay? I can't wait to hear from you guys this week. Love you. Bye.